వెల్కమ్ టు బ్రైట్స్పార్క్ యూట్యూబ్ ఛానల్. ఈరోజు మనము కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ అంటే ఏమిటి, టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ కాన్ఫిగరేషన్స్ ఏమి ఉన్నాయి, అలాగే వచ్చేసి కామన్ బేస్ కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ గురించి ఈరోజు తెలుసుకుందాం. ట్రాన్సిస్టర్ హ్యాస్ మెయిన్లీ త్రీ టర్మినల్స్, దట్ ఈస్ ఎమిటర్, బేస్ అండ్ కలెక్టర్. Transistor act as amplifier. The amplifiers it requires four terminals. Two terminals act as input and input circuit, and two terminals act as a output circuits. But transistor has only three terminals, therefore one terminal is made common to input circuit and output circuits. Based upon this configuration, three types are divided into three types. Number one, common base configuration. In this configuration, base is common to input circuit and output circuit. Next one is common emitter configuration. Common emitter configuration. In this configuration, emitter is commonly used for input and output circuits. Next, third one is common collector configuration. Collector is common to input and output circuits. This is the mainly three types of configurations. Let us discuss about the common base configuration. This circuit shows the common base configuration. Common base configuration means base is common to the input and output circuits. Okay, this is the common base configuration. Here, emitter and base is act as a input circuit, and collector and base act as a output circuit. Okay, in this, emitter is connected to the positive terminal of the supply source, and base is connected to the negative terminal of the supply source. Means emitter and base act as a forward bias. Here, collector and base act as a reverse bias, because collector is connected to the negative terminal of the supply source and base is connected to the positive terminal of the supply source. It means collector base junction output circuit is act as a reverse bias. Okay, the input supply voltage is VEB, and voltage at emitter base terminal is VEB, and input current is emitter current. And output circuit, in output circuit, voltage at collector to base is VCB, and output current is collector current. This is the circuit diagram. RL is the load resistance. Input circuit as a already emitter base is as a input circuit, and collector base as a common to the output circuit, and base is common to the both circuits. Current relation is the transistor current relation is, since base current is very small, so in general output current IC is equal to the emitter input current IE plus IB is equal to total collector current. Here, base current is very small, because in transistor base is very lightly doped, so emitter current is close to the base terminal or base device. In that, recombination is very small occurred, because it is lightly doped. Remaining currents are flowed to the output terminal, that is collector current. Right, biasing conditions in CB configuration. For active region, emitter junction, that is emitter to base, is act as a forward bias, that is input voltage is greater than 0. Collector junction, output side is collector junction, it is connected to the reverse bias. Here, reverse bias means output voltage VCB is less than 0. Here, output reverse bias means collector is connected to the negative terminal of the supply source. Output characteristics are shown in figure. The total output characteristics are divided into three categories. First one is active region. Second one is saturation region. Third one is cutoff region. Okay. Output characteristics are drawn between the output current and output voltage. Here output voltage is taken as VCB taken as an x-axis, IC is taken as an y-axis. With respect to the input current changes, IE is equal to 0, IE is equal to 5 milliamps, I is equal to 10 milliamps, so on increasing. Here, in saturation region, both are in forward bias, means JE junction and JC junction both are in forward bias. Output equation from transistor equation, since alpha is nearly equal, nearly constant, that is alpha value is 0.95 to 0.99. Collector current mainly depends upon emitter current. Approximately IC is equal to the IE. Here his IB is very small value. That's why output current is depends upon the input current. That is IC is depend upon IE current. Total output characteristics are divided into three regions: active region, cutoff region, saturation region. And in active region, this is the most important operation region. Here JE, since input circuit junction is JE is forward bias, output junction JC is reverse bias. Here we will take IE, emitter current is 10 milliamps, alpha is equal to 0.98, then approximately equal to the IC is 10 milliamps. Therefore, collector current is almost constant to the input current. Hence, the output curves becomes nearly horizontal. Why slightly upward slope? This upward slope is due to the early effect. When VCB output current is output voltage is increases, effectively base width decreases. Less recombination. Already you know that base is slightly up. That's why recombination in that region is very less. Okay, more remaining charges are reaches to the collector region. Hence, IC is slightly increases. And the output current is slightly increases. Here, in this circuit, PNP transistor is will take. In PNP transistor, in forward bias, charge carriers are mainly due to the holes. Holes are recombined with the electrons. In PN transistor, majority carriers are electrons. Electrons are recombined with the holes in base region. But you are taken in PNP transistor. Okay. Next one is cutoff region. Cutoff region, input junction and output junction both are in reverse bias. Okay. That means reverse bias means both are in reverse bias. It means majority carriers are disappear. Only minority carriers are coming into the picture. That's why input current is IE is very small value, that is equal to the 0. Okay. Only leakage current is flows to the base. What is reverse bias? In reverse bias, IC is equal to the IC naught, that is equal to reverse saturation current. Okay. In that region, transistor act as a off switch. Next one, saturation region. In this saturation region, emitter junction and collector junction both are in forward bias. In this region, the transistor act as a on switch. Okay. Next, this is in common base input characteristics. Input characteristics are drawn between the input current and the input voltage. That is called VEB and IE. VCB is equal to 0 is shown in the characteristics. Go on increasing the negative values. VCB is equal to minus 10 milliamps. Next one is 20 milliamps, etc. Input junction is emitter base junction, which is in forward bias. Therefore, CB input characteristics are similar to the PN junction. Already know that. Curve explanation. Since initially small increase in current for applied voltage, after cut-in voltage currently gradually increases, just like in forward bias diode. Okay. After cut-in voltage, forward bias current is abnormally increases. In early effect means in normally this curve shows the early effect. Dotted line represents the normal before the operation. After operation, forward junction in emitter base junction is forward bias. Then voltage increases. The diffusion layer of the emitter region decreases. It is the VEB. Already initially is V0. Then it decreases to VEB. That means V0 minus VEB is the emitter region diffusion region thickness. In collector region, it is diffusion layer thickness is increases due to the reverse bias. Reverse bias VCB. Total diffusion layer is V0 plus VCB. Here diffusion region is penetrate to the base region because the base region is lightly doped. So go on increasing the output voltage, then it output current is penetrated to the base region. So base region thickness is reduced. Actually, base region thickness diffusion region is thickness is width is WB. After penetration to the base region, finally WB dash, that is called to WB minus W. This is the early effect. Advantage of CB configuration. Input resistance is very low, output resistance very high. Exactly high frequency responses. It is suitable for high frequency responses. Disadvantages are current gain is less than 1. It is current gain is very low. So not suitable for amplifier used. In finally, it is summarize the total section. Active region is JE is forward bias, JC is reverse bias. Cutoff region both junctions are in reverse bias. Saturation region is both are in reverse bias. In this current gain is 0.95 to 0.999. This is the information summary of the information. థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫ్రెండ్స్. ఈ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ మీకు నచ్చితే లైక్ చేయండి. అలాగే ఇలాంటి కంటెంట్ కోసం నా ఛానల్ను సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేయండి. అలాగే మీ ఫ్రెండ్స్కి ఎవరికైనా యూజ్ అవుతుందంటే వాళ్ళకు ఫార్వర్డ్ చేయండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫ్రెండ్స్.